Hi, folks, and welcome to episode 17, Don't Mess with Nature. Before we get into today's episode, I just want to give you guys a quick shout out and say thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking the podcast, the channel. Appreciate all the support. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and consider doing so. With that being said, let's get into today's episode. Don't mess with nature. And when I say don't mess with nature, more specifically, what I'm talking about are animals, okay? Especially wild animals, all right? Because it is true that we have dominion over animals, okay? Every animal is scared of a human, for the most part, okay? It doesn't mean they won't take a swipe at you. It doesn't mean they won't try to attack you, okay? It doesn't mean they won't prey upon you, but for the most part, an animal attacks you because you're a threat or because they see an opportunity. But for the most part, guys, animals want nothing to do with us, and naturally, all animals are scared of us, not necessarily the other way around, okay? But you should never mess with nature, never mess with a wild animal. I'm telling you, folks. Uh, like I've seen so many videos of it going wrong. Okay. You might think, oh, it's just a harmless little snake, or oh, it's a lion, but the lion's in the cage. All right. I'm telling you, folks, don't mess with nature. Okay. Just like that movie. Remember that movie Blackfish, right? Where that killer whale, drowned the instructor. Okay. Or Siegfried and Roy, when Siegfried, I think it was Siegfried, right, got attacked by the lion or the tiger. I think it was a tiger, right? I mean, so many instances of what you thought were domesticated animals turning around and attacking their owners. Okay? Or what about that chimp? That lady that owned a chimp and the chimp went ape shit, right? The chimp went freaking nuts and he chimped out and he ripped her face off. Okay? And these people are always so shocked, aren't they? Always so incredibly shocked. Oh my God, I've been performing on stage with that tiger for 20 years. I can't believe it attacked. And just for the record, guy, I actually saw Siegfried and Roy live in person back in the late 90s. Okay? So I was one of the lucky few that got to see them perform live. And I was pretty young at the time. So I don't really remember a whole lot of it. Okay? But, these people are always so shocked. I've been performing with that tiger for years. Can't believe it turned on me. Well, believe it, guys. Or the lady with the chimp. Yeah, I don't know why he freaked out. Well, maybe it's because he's a chimp. All right? See, I mean, it's the same story over and over and over again. You know? Um, yeah, like they never did that before. It's like, well, yeah, but your luck ran out. You know what I'm saying? Okay, go watch that documentary called Grizzly Man. Oh, dude. Grizzly Man met a grizzly death. Okay? Hung out with the bears, thought he was one of the bears, would try and camp next to them and live next to them. Well, guess what, folks? Him and his girlfriend got eaten alive. Okay? Telling you. I'm telling you guys, don't play stupid games, okay? And messing with nature, okay? It's a stupid game, all right? I mean, and don't mess with nature. It's not even just animals, guys. It's plants, it's mushrooms. I mean, basically just don't mess with nature. It also includes cave exploring. Have you seen the YouTube videos of these people exploring these caves? Okay, squeezing through tight little crevices, okay, rappelling down 100-foot, caverns and stuff. Why? Why? There's not a pot of gold in there. You're risking your life for nothing. People that go swimming with sharks. Why? People that own deadly snakes, venomous snakes, for a pet. Why? You're messing with nature. And like I'm telling you, don't mess with nature. Big mistake. All right, you go swimming in a river and you get some flesh-eating bacteria. Not a good idea. All right. I don't know about you folks, but I try to stay out of the water. I do. What am I going to gain from the water? If it's a swimming pool or something, okay, maybe. But guys, why would you swim in a still body of water? Okay? Like a lake or a pond? You never swim in a pond because a pond has pond scum. A pond is a still body of water. A pond is completely infested. I'm telling you, folks. I mean, like, yeah, fish could survive in there, but you know why a fish survives in a pond? Do you know why? Because there's bacteria and there's microbes, and the fish are swimming around and eating the little bacteria. What, guys, what do you think little fish survive on? They survive on little microbial bacteria, little squiggly things that swim through the water. And you go swim in that pond, okay, it's going to go up your little pee hole. It's going to go up your butt. It's going to get in your mouth. Okay, it's going to get in your eyes and your ears. You don't swim in a pond. Okay? A river is a little bit better because a river is moving water. Okay? So it doesn't have as much bacteria. And furthermore, okay, the water going over the rocks and the salt, okay, probably helps purify it a little bit. Okay, like a stream or a river, probably not the worst type of water. Okay, but you never swim in a pond, ever. And even a river, not all rivers are good. Okay, because the fish gotta eat. Like, people don't think about this. Okay, fish have to eat. What do you think they're eating? They're eating smaller fish. Yes, they're eating smaller fish, but what do the little baby fish eat? Okay, they gotta eat something. They're eating bacteria. They're eating little microbial creatures. Creatures you can't really see, just like little squiggly things that swim through the water. I've seen them because I own fish tanks, okay? And sometimes I collect pond water or river water, and if I take a magnifying glass and I take a flashlight, I can see little tiny squiggly things, like little worms and stuff, like just little things kind of swimming throughout the water. All right? And when you swim in that water, it's going to enter your body. All right? Telling you folks, don't swim in these waters. Okay? I wouldn't swim in the ocean. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I would never swim in the ocean. Sharks, jellyfish, not worth it. Not worth it, guys. Go swim in a wave pool. Why would you swim in the ocean and go surfing? I would never go surfing. Yeah, but it's fun. Yeah, is it fun getting your arm bitten off by a shark? That is terrifying. You go to surf a wave, and next thing you know, a shark the size of a Escalade is opening its mouth about to bite your leg off. Hell no. Hell no. It's not just a no, it's a hell no. Okay? Or you go swimming in the river, you go swimming somewhere, and there's a really strong tide. Okay? There's a really strong tide and you drown. Okay? You go exploring a cave and you drown. You explore a cave and you fall and you hit your head too hard and you die. Okay? I mean, cave exploring is super dangerous. There's this one guy, I forgot his name, but just look up Silly Putty Cave. Silly Putty Cave. I don't know if it's Silly Putty Cave, but it's something like that. I think that's what it's called, Silly Putty Cave. This guy got trapped in there, basically like upside down, and he died. And he's still in his body is still stuck in there to this day. Okay? Horrifying. Horrifying. Don't mess with nature, guys. If you want a thrill, go play a video game. If you want a thrill, work out. You know what I mean? If you want a thrill, go put on a VR headset and pretend you're cave diving. Go put on a VR headset and pretend to go skydiving. Okay? Don't go bungee jumping. Don't go skydiving. Don't do that stuff for real. Do it in VR. Seriously. I'm telling you guys, like, don't mess with nature. Alright? But these people that go scuba diving, why? You could do it in VR. Why? Alright? There was a story, yesterday about these people in a hot air balloon, and there was a mistake, and 4 people died. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. A hot air balloon? What the f? I would never go in a hot air balloon. Are you kidding me? Let's see, like, guys. Think about a hot air balloon for a second. You have a balloon, all right? Okay, a huge open flame. That's what it is, guys. It's basically just a giant flame, okay, with a balloon and a little wooden basket. Like, hell no. It's not just a no, it's a hell no. All right? And you might think, well, Chris, a hot air balloon is not nature. Well, kinda. You think God wants you to be in a wooden basket, okay, risking your life for a thrill? No. God does not want you to explore caves. God does not want you to go scuba diving, okay? God does not want you to take a submarine down to the wreck of the Titanic, all right? These are thrills, and thrills are, in my opinion, demonic. Okay, a demon wants to be on the edge of their seat. A demon wants a thrill. A righteous person of God should want peace and quiet. Ain't no peace and quiet going on a hot air balloon. Ain't no peace and quiet going skydiving. Okay? But just think about all these things that are not natural. Okay? And people die doing all these things. Now, I guess you could make the argument and say, well, people die, in their bathtub reading a book. And I would say, yeah. And I would prefer that to getting eaten by a shark in Egypt. Okay? Like, remember that story from, I think, last year? It was like a father and son when, they were in Egypt. And in Cairo, I think it was, or the Red Sea, a shark. I mean, and this is on video. I don't recommend watching it. It's horrific. But this guy, like, the shark got hungry and ate the guy on camera. It's horrific. So, would I rather die peacefully in my bed than getting devoured by a shark in Egypt? Abso-freaking-lutely. Would I rather drown in the bathtub as opposed to panicking and drowning inside some cave that no one can find my body? Of course I'd rather die at my home. I'm telling you, folks. Okay? Seriously. There's really nothing out in that world. There's really not, guys. I've seen the world. I've traveled a little bit. And you know what, folks? There's really nothing out there. There's nothing out there that's worth it. To go scuba diving? Why? Why? Someone's already done it. Someone's already done it and filmed it. Just watch it on a TV. Okay? Jumping out of an airplane? Okay? You can do that in VR. There's nothing out there, guys. I'm just telling you the truth, right? You should want to have a nice, peaceful, stable home that's filled with happiness and peace. Okay? Watch my other video, Peace and Quiet. Okay? Talks about how the righteous people should always want to live in a peaceful, quiet environment. All right? A demon wants loud chaos and thrill seeking. All right? I'm telling you, folks, don't mess with nature. Don't mess with wild animals, dangerous animals. Guys, here's just a rule. I'm going to give you a rule, okay? You ready? All right? Never own an animal that has the capability of killing you. All right? That's rule number 1, right? You don't own a deadly snake. You don't own a chimp that's 100 times stronger than you. You don't own a tiger that could kill you anytime it wants. You don't own things that have the ability to kill you. Because you know what? One day it just might. All right? Own a puppy. Not a pit bull. Pit bulls could kill. All right? But own a poodle. All right? Own a cat. Own a hamster. You know what I'm saying, guys? Own something that's not going to turn on you one day and rip your face off. Own something that's not going to inject you with poison one day randomly. All right? I'm telling you, folks, right? So many people out there are playing these dangerous games, I want to go surfing. Okay. I tell you what, I guarantee you something. If you go surfing enough times, you're going to have a close encounter with a shark or you're going to get bit. Guaranteed. There's not a surfer alive that has surfed every single day and not had a close encounter with a shark. Okay? I'm just telling you how it is. They might have gone surfing one time or a couple times or maybe even a few dozen times, never seen a shark. But I guarantee you, if you push it far enough, you will eventually get bit or have an encounter with a shark. Guarantee. It's a guarantee, guys. All right? If you hang around tigers and lions long enough, guaranteed one day you're going to have a close encounter or it's going to attack you. These are guarantees of life, folks. Just like skateboarders. Okay, I used to be a skateboarder, and I'll tell you something, guys. If you skateboard long enough, okay, I guarantee you're going to get injured. It's not like, oh, I might get injured, I might not get injured. No, guys, it's a guarantee. Anything you do, it's a guaranteed to eventually go wrong. All right? Just like skydiving. If you go skydiving enough times, you're going to have a close call or you're going to have an accident. It's a guarantee. Guys, it's a guarantee for everything in life. The problem with nature is that sometimes it can be very unforgiving. Okay? Like cave diving. It's basically scuba diving inside of an underwater cave. Guaranteed, if you do it long enough, you're going to have an accident or a close call. All right? It's a guarantee. And guess what, guys? When things go wrong, when you're scuba diving inside of a cave that's underwater, it usually ends up pretty deadly. All right? But just like the skateboarding thing I was about to talk about, if you go skateboarding long enough, you are guaranteed to get injured. I've seen it. It's happened to me. It's happened to my friends. Okay? I'm telling you for a fact, if you skateboard long enough, you will eventually hurt yourself. Okay? It just is what it is, guys. You know, if you own a chimp, okay, long enough, okay, like eventually you're going to have a close call or it's going to attack you. These things are guaranteed. It might be 1 in a million, all right? It might be. But guys, given enough time, that 1 out of a million becomes 2 out of a million, becomes 100 out of a million, it becomes 1,000 out of a million, it becomes 10,000 out of a million, and then all of a sudden, boom, it happens. All right? Telling you folks, that's why consistently pushing the edge is a mistake, right? Because like let's just say, guys, let's just say it's a 1% chance that Siegfried gets attacked on stage. 1% chance. Okay, fine. But you have the show for 10, 15, 20 years. Okay, I don't even know if it was on that long, but it's 1% every time. So if you're doing 2 shows a day for 10 years, that 1% is now 80%. And it goes from unlikely to imminent. All right? Everyone could have predicted that. You know, it is what it is, guys. All right? But don't mess with nature, man. Don't mess with wild animals. Right? Like the grizzly man. All right? Yeah, I mean, he got to hang out with bears. Okay, a 1% chance of attack. Well, do it 100 times. 100 times 1% is what? 100%. Okay? Telling you folks, your luck will run out if you mess with nature. Okay? You do it long enough, you're going to have a mishap. It doesn't matter how skilled you are, guys, because you know what? The law of averages will overpower your skill. Siegfried was a skilled performer. Didn't matter. The grizzly man, okay, he was skilled with how he interacted with bears. Didn't matter. Do you know how many skilled skydivers die? Do you know how many skilled cave explorers die? Do you know how many skilled wingsuit people die? Okay? The law of averages will ultimately overpower any kind of skill set. Because there's too many variables and it's just been pushed. The luck has been pushed too far, and there's too many variables. All right. I'm telling you guys, you won't catch me surfing. I'm not. Are you kidding me, guys? Why would you surf when there's 20-foot sharks? You know, and they say, oh, well, they're only attacking because you look like a seal. Yeah. It's like, I don't care why they're attacking. The only thing that matters is that you think you're swimming out there, going to catch a wave, and instead of you catching a wave, a shark catches your leg. Hell no. It's not just a no, it's a hell no. But don't mess with nature, guys. Even like poisonous mushrooms, like, oh, dude, I'm gonna get so high from eating this shroom. It's like, dude, what if you're wrong? What if you're wrong and you poison yourself? Okay? Instead of catching, like a 4-hour psychedelic high, you catch, a terrible poisonous death. I'm telling you guys, people of God, righteous people, you don't need that many thrills. You really don't, folks. Eating mushrooms out in the wild, don't do it. Not worth it. Surfing, don't do it. Not worth it. Terrifying. Okay? Because I believe that sharks are attracted to iron, not necessarily blood. Okay? Urine can attract a shark just as much as blood can. Maybe not as much, but I would say pretty close. And I'm still researching that. I'm not 100% sure on it. But there's a reason sharks come into the shoreline. Okay? They do. That's where everybody gets attacked. People get attacked on the shore all the time. I mean, maybe they don't get attacked on the beach, but within 6 feet of water, it's like, yeah, dude. I'm telling you, folks, it's not worth it. Don't mess with nature. Don't own dangerous pets that can kill you. Remember that rule, okay? Remember that rule. Don't own a pet that can kill you anytime it wants to. Like a lion, a tiger, a deadly venomous snake, all right? A chimp. Don't own these pets, guys. Not worth it. All right? It would be like playing with a bomb. It's like, why? Why? Just don't do it. Don't mess with nature. Don't go swimming in water that's not a pool. Yeah, I know the pool has chlorine. It has chemicals that aren't good for your body. I get it. But at the same time, guys, never go swimming in a pond. Ever. Because a pond is a still body of water. And you know what happens when there's a still body of water? Bacteria breeds in it. Okay? Where there's fish, there is bacteria. And that bacteria is what the fish is eating. Okay? So, I don't know, guys. Don't mess with nature. Don't go explore caves. Don't do hot air balloon rides. All right? And you might be saying, well, Chris, that means I shouldn't do anything. That means I shouldn't be doing any thrill-seeking opportunities. I would say, yeah. Stay at home, read a book, plant a garden. Okay, all that stuff you think is boring and lame, that's the stuff you should probably be doing. Okay? Reading, writing, maybe building a home, building a garden, okay? Cooking, right? I mean, there's nothing wrong with stuff that's boring and safe, okay? You should always be desiring peace and quiet, not thrill-seeking. Thrill-seeking is what a demon does, okay? And the reason demons love to thrill-seek is because they're dead inside. They're dead inside, and they don't feel anything unless they're jumping out of an airplane, skydiving, or on a roller coaster, okay? Because demons, they feel dead inside, and they need to thrill-seek to feel anything. But you as a good person, you as an empath, you as a righteous person, you feel fulfilled, and you don't need those thrill-seeking opportunities. So don't mess with nature. Nothing good's going to come out of it. You shouldn't be owning deadly predator animals. Okay, don't own those kind of animals. Why not own a lamb or a kitten or a puppy or a hamster, a rabbit, okay, or a dove, right? Good animals that are not going to kill you one day, Okay? So don't mess with nature. Not worth it. Leave it alone. Um, let other people do that stuff. All right? If you really want to have a thrill, get a VR headset for like $300 and have your thrills inside there. Okay? Just my advice. So with that being said, thank you so much for listening to this episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe and stay vigilant out there, guys. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.